So Trump about to explain why he want to get rid of the Department of Education, the DOE, and then we're gonna watch Nevada and some California school officials react to it. Let's see what's happening, cave dwellers.
Turning education very simply back to the states where it belongs, and this is a very popular thing to do, but much more importantly, it's a common sense thing to do, and it's going to work. Absolutely, it's going to work, and I can tell you from dealing with the governors and others in the state, they want it so badly. They want to take their children back and really teach their children individually. Probably the cost will be half, and the education will be maybe many, many times better. So we look forward to this. I want to just make one little personal statement. Teachers, to me, are among the most important people in this country, and we're going to take care of our teachers. And I don't care if they're in the union or not in the union. That doesn't matter. But we're going to...
My boy Trump right there. Let's round of applause. Look, they're like, teachers going to be affected. We're going to take it. Look, I don't care what they fucking saying. We're going to take care of you. We're gonna go out. I don't care if they say, but this and this, and if you don't have the Department of Education and then the boards and the unions, he said, we'll give a fuck about that. Look, I'm gonna take care of you. Now, if it's not true, we're gonna get on his ass. But if it is true, great on you, Mr. President. We love it. Come on.
To take care of our teachers, and I believe the states will take actually better care of them than they are taken care of right now. They'll work all sorts of systems and even merit systems. Those great teachers are going to be maybe a little bit better rewarded, or maybe that's the way it should be, but the states are going to make that decision. But we're going to love and cherish our teachers along with our children, and they're going to work with the parents, and they're going to work with everybody else, and it's going to be an amazing thing to watch, and it's really going to be something special. And Linda, you're presiding over something that's so important, and we want to have our children.
He got all the kids there. Hold on, that's cute. All the different races, grade levels, everything.
For something that's so important, and we want to have our children well educated. We want them to love going to school. We have examples of it. Look at those beautiful, bright-eyed faces. They are so smart. They're so smart. And with that, I'm going to come down, and we're going to sign a very important document, and we're going to be on our way. People have wanted to do this for many, many years, for many, many decades. And I don't know, no president ever got around to doing it, but I'm getting around to doing it, so thank you very much. Document that turned out to be very good for the country, and I said, let's use that same pen. I don't know, is anybody superstitious? Ron, are you superstitious? Let's use that same pen.
That's cute. They got the kids signing it too.
Okay.
He drew a flag. This is a girl or something. I don't know. They drew a flag. That's funny. But she's proud of it too.
Can you come up just to say?
That Linda McMahon.
Very important, big factor here. Good luck, sir.
Let's see what they got to say. Listen, I like it. I think that it should be in the state's hand. I know even before we listen to this right here, to Nevada leaders react to Trump dismantling the U.S. Education Department. For me, I think like you grew up in the hood, New Jersey. There's so many schools that kids used to like use their grandmother address or something to try to go to a better school because these schools in the inner city's crazy, and all the parents complain about it. Oh, this school is junky. They ain't got no books. They ain't teaching my kids that. But they kids still got to go to that school because they live in a certain area code. So the principal be like, oh, yeah, you talking blah, blah, blah. You don't like it. Yeah, you can't go nowhere else. So why are we going to fix it? Yeah, we ain't got no money. Leave. But if we don't have the Department of Education, if they go to what Trump wanted to do was basically like a ticketing system or a voucher system where, the school get a certain amount of money per student, right? Let's just say they get 10 grand for, I think it's a lot more than that, but let's say they get 10 grand for every student that go to their school. Well, if 100 people say, you know what, my children ain't going to the school, we're going to take our money and our voucher and I'm going to go to the school down the street because they got the science program, then that school will lose funding. Either that school will change or figure out a way to adapt and overcome, or they're going to be dismantled and they won't have enough. So then the good schools are the only ones that's left to survive. But right now, the way it is, hey, you live in this place right here, you got to go to this school, and this school, that's the only choice. Well, then the schools ain't got to get better because they're going to get your money for your child, the $10,000, $20,000 that they get every school year, without ever changing because you ain't got no choice. Where you going to go? Are you gonna lie and break the law to let your kid go to that magnet school down the street? Maybe, I don't know. But Department of Education, we are ranking one of the lowest in countries, first world countries. China and everybody else is above us. Our kids are come on, y'all been through the system mostly. Y'all been through the school system. I ain't gotta tell you how bad the school system is. Even if you went to a good school, you know how bad the other schools were.
We're getting you a live look at the White House, 917 there in D.C.
Hey, Evan, well, that order doesn't fully close the department because that will need congressional approval. It did direct the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, to take the necessary steps to dismantle the education department and return education back to the states. Now, this order also says that the secretary should ensure the department keeps delivering its services, programs, and benefits. The NAACP chapter here in Las Vegas says that they are opposed to the president's executive order, as the DOE plays a crucial role in helping and ensuring equal education opportunities for all students enforcing civil laws.
It's going to be the school. This is 2025 now. So I get it, back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, maybe even through the 70s, you had to have this federal organization to watch people. And like, okay, you ain't treating them right. Okay, got you. We see that. We get federal attention, put it on the news. But now the average person could go tape something on their Instagram. Look at this school. Look at how they treat my kids. And we'll be on it. I'll be making a reaction video to it. Look at this lady being treated poorly in Mississippi and her kid, blah, blah. And then they get national attention and then we on their ass. We don't need a federal agency for that no more. People got cell phones now. Everybody got them. They pull them out. We see them, blah, blah, blah. You make a story. You ain't got to have a bunch of followers. You just make the right content. We'll find it. And the internet will get it. You post it on Facebook and all your thousands of friends, even though they family and people you don't know, what? And they start tagging it. It's going to hit the algorithm. Boom. We don't need that oversight anymore. If people racist, let them be racist. It's their God-given right to be racist. As long as they don't touch me, put their hands on me, or impede my pursuit of happiness in any way, shape, form, or fashion, we ain't got no problem. If you good with your God and you good with dying and God and whatever God up there asks you, hey, did you treat people good like I told you to? And you able to say, yes, I did, then go ahead, do your stuff. It's America. You have a right to be racist if you want to. Just you ain't going to stop my pursuit of happiness. Anyway.
Removing this department risk leaving those vulnerable students without oversight, worsening the inequality in school funding, leaving resources dry.
Isn't that a local problem? Shouldn't that be a state issue? Yo, go to your mayor, your governor, your city council, say, listen, this school over here is being put unfairly. Why would you skip past the people you vote in every year, every 2 years, your senators, your congressmen, and you want to go to a federal organization to come in and take years because they got 20 cases, blah, blah. Go to your local people. Go around town to door, say, yo, look, they not treating us right. We need to vote this motherfucker that's in there. Yeah, Congressman Jimmy, he got to get out. Look, we complaining, I'm running. Here you go, pass it through. Go to the churches. Hey, listen, the pastor gave me some time to speak. Listen, y'all got people that go to that school down the street, nieces, nephews, whatever. We got to get rid of it. The alderman, whoever's in charge of the school district, we got to get rid of him. because he ain't doing what we need to do. That's a local problem. It's crazy, but it's almost like you gotta break a few eggs to get to that omelet. So it might be hard in the beginning when states like, oh, I ain't responsible for this and I ain't responsible for that, and they trying to figure out that chain of command without the Department of Education. It might suck for a little bit, but it has to be done. Like, if you logical, then you say, yeah, we got to put these in places. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for a second, but like that's why he said, hey, look, we're gonna make sure the teachers they straight. I don't care what they saying. If you're a teacher, blah, blah, they can stop doing this and put up something else for like teachers, for unemployment for the teachers or something, or to make sure they get paid. So they don't have any, they're trying to lessen the reins or the oversight, but they still said they're paying out everything and they're making sure whoever needs to be paid, whatever bills needs to be paid, get paid. So as long as they doing that, what's wrong with that?
And ultimately um, cutting off access to higher education.
No, it's not. It's 2025. I'm the proud product of the Nevada public school system, and executive action by President Trump puts Nevada kids last. Gutting the Department of Education could cut teacher pay. He said we're gonna take care of them. Eliminate special education programs. Why would it do that? So if the federal government don't tell you to do it, then your school district ain't going to do it. They ain't gonna have special education programs. Okay, and leave Nevada at a disadvantage. We are one of the worst school or educated people, and I mean amongst the nations on the globe. We are leading the world in obesity and probably almost dead last in education. How? Oh, the kids playing video games and they ain't listening, and they out here listening to rap music. Okay, cool, that could be part of it too, but this ain't helping. Teachers' pay been low. Teachers been complaining about pay, so
Nevada Senator Catherine Cortez Masto posting to X her thoughts on this, saying, I'm the proud product of the Nevada public schools, the education forms for our education system. It is time to return education back to the states. Now, the state of Nevada only has one Republican in Congress, and that is Mark Amadei, whose office has not commented on this. The Nevada education...
he don't know which way to go. He like, should I be against it? I don't know.
Rick, thank you for that. And joining us now for a deeper analysis on the dismantling of the Department of Education is David Goldberg, the president of the California Teachers Association. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
I do want to note here, it would take an act of Congress to, in fact, shut down the department, which, to be fair, has not gone.
Look, dismantling the Department of Education and laying off thousands of dedicated staff, and frankly, appointing someone who ran World Wrestling, who's never spent a day teaching in classrooms, to be our Secretary of Education. These are more than just headlines. They're really direct threats, as was just laid out by the superintendent in Los Angeles. This is really a betrayal of public.
I don't know if Linda McMahon was the best choice for the Department of Education, because they see these people as like, oh, they rich, they're billionaires, and they don't care about the regular people. His justification is because a bunch of people work there. America is a corporation, so if you're a CEO and you come in and you like, yo, this part of the company is bleeding the shit out of the rest of us, and they're not worth their salt. Like, why would you keep paying for that? Like, you got a bunch of subscriptions and your money getting low, and you like, damn, I can't afford food no more. I got to cut some shit. You ain't going to, you like, oh, I got to stop my Netflix and Hulu subscription. You ain't going to say, yeah, but damn, Netflix got a lot of people working for it. Nobody cares about that when you're running something. If you running a company, you're like, damn, this paper costing a lot. Let me go over here. Like, oh, yeah, but you support this local paper company and they're going to go out of business. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to go out of business. So in order to get the rest of Americans straight, we can cut something. Oh, if there's 20,000 people working here. Yeah, but it's not doing anything. It's making the country worse. It should be with the states. Oh, yeah, but still it's 20,000 people in lives. It is messed up. Like I said, those are the broken eggs. But we still got to get to the omelet, which is, hey, they're not doing anything. It's not working. It's not because of them. It's not their fault. But life ain't never been fair.
Public school students and educators in both red and blue counties. This is a nonpartisan issue. And the students who are living in poverty and special needs, they live everywhere in our state. And this targeting of every student, this is really targeting every student who's just on survival mode, and the educators who serve them. This is vicious. It's
What does that mean? The school's gonna shut down. They're gonna stop giving lunch. Like, somebody please educate me. I'm looking for education here. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm asking questions. Like, why would those students who are already at need or barely got shelter, or maybe they depend on school to eat, why would that be different? Are they going to stop the free lunch programs and somehow and say, nah, we can't offer that no more? Is that what's going to happen? Like, let me know, please.
unacceptable, and we're going to be fighting back against this.
And so local school districts and states already control their curriculum. So what does Trump mean when he says he wants to give the power back to the states?
You tell me what he means. I would ask our Secretary of Education, but she's spent the last decades running World Wrestling Federation, so I don't think we're going to get an answer there. This is really about cutting everything that serves the public, that serves poor kids, that serves working families, our most vulnerable students. Special education parents and families are bewildered about what this means. We should never go in just.
What does it mean? He keeps saying that this tagline, they're endangered and everybody. So who was Trump for then? Everybody? I thought he was for the working Americans and the white people. This affect the white people too, right? So then why? What is he doing? Like, it's stupid. First they'd be like, oh, Trump is going to destroy the country. He said it. Just listen to him. He's telling you. And then the moment he like, I'm not going to destroy the country. He is lying to you. He don't say nothing, and the man never tells the truth. I thought he was telling the truth when you wanted to, like, and then now he's not. Now he's a liar. He went from this egomaniac, that narcissist that could tell you openly what they're going to do to you because you're so dumb you'll still vote for him, to, oh, he's a liar. You can't trust him. Like, it's boggling.
Just cutting programs without any idea what it means. I think what it really means, honestly, if you look across the board, what's been happening recently with the Musk administration, this is laying the groundwork for another tax cut for billionaires.
Did he just say Elon Musk administration?
Another tax cut for billionaires. Balancing the budget. Musk administration. This is with the Musk administration. This is laying the groundwork for another.
That cough was right in their right space. Whoever coughed, but Elon Musk administration, like. Yeah, he's political now. Come on.
Our most vulnerable students.
I can hear your frustration. I've heard from other teachers with the same frustrations. The administration has promised formula funding, student loans, Pell Grants, and funding for those special needs students will be preserved.
Oh, there you go. Right. That's the answer right there. That's the answer right there.
Pell Grants and funding for those special needs promise, formula funding, student loans, Pell Grants, and funding for those special needs students will be preserved. Do you believe that, or where are you at with that?
You
hear it in my voice because it's infuriating. Right? Educators, we spend our lives dedicating our lives to our students.
He's not answering the question. That was an emotional ass answer. See, that's political. It was a yes, I believe, or no. He said, "You see my face? So you look at me, look how sad I am." And you guess. Just say yes or no. He wants you to get emotional. He wants to get you, yeah, you damn right. Do you believe that these programs are going to still be there? If so, everything he just said is obsolete. Oh, yeah, this is most vulnerable. Oh, wait a minute. He's still going to keep everything there, the Pell Grants, the education programs, teachers getting paid. What's your concern? Come on.
We don't do it for the money. We don't get paid nearly enough. And we see every day how our students come to school just struggling, how parents are struggling to get what our special education students need, what our students coming to school hungry need and deserve.
Okay.
And for someone to be playing politics with this around some cultural wars he's trying to inflame, it's heartbreaking. And it's
okay. So he just said, once again, the question is, he said, the President Trump said that all these will be preserved, the Pell Grants, the education, the special education program, teachers are still going to get paid. We're going to take care of them. We see in the other video, he said, we're going to take care of them. Forget all of it. We're going to take care of them. He's not answering that. This is with the Democrats. A lot of listen, I'll call a Republican out. A spade is a spade, motherfucker. And I always hold the big joker. I'm telling you that this man is playing to your emotions right here. I don't even think the other people in Nevada was playing to your emotion, and the guy said, I don't want to answer, and other people say, we don't like it. He's coming here as a teacher and trying to speak for everybody. Listen, he don't even got nothing in his office. I don't know what he do. He ain't got nothing in his office. It's like he just moved in there. I don't know.
infuriating, and it's an absolute disrespect to the students and the families and we have 800,000 special ed students in California.
800,000 special eds in California. And he said he's going to keep, President Trump said he's going to keep it available for every single one of those. I hope she's going to ask him again. Let's see.
This is disrespectful of them. It's disrespectful of us and the workers who dedicate our lives to them to make anything that much harder to get what they so desperately need and deserve.
So then help people understand, though, if they're hearing from the administration that special needs students will not be touched, and you're saying that they absolutely will be, where is the disconnect here?
Well, the disconnect is the Trump and
Let me guess, he's going to use emotion again.
Musk administration is dismantling any ability we would have to actually know if that's true. He's dismantling the whole infrastructure in the Department of Education that would allow us to see if that's true. We won't even know. So
this is not 1940. We're going to know. There's going to be teachers on TikTok saying, listen, President Trump has stopped this in Nevada. The politicians are going to come out, right? They should come out. Your local politicians, your senators, your congressmen, your mayors, the government are going to say, listen, President Trump, what he said ain't true. The shit stopped. And then we can get in his ass. That's how it goes. And then we'll rip it. And you'll see me up here responding. And President Trump liar. Look at his kids in Las Vegas. Look at these kids in Chicago. They don't have the school because he took away the Department of Education. And what? And even let's say that happened, and after we get in Trump's ass, then shouldn't the city and the local government should take over? Your governor, your mayor should say, listen, I'm gonna call President Trump. We're gonna figure out what it is. I don't know. We got to do a side deal, whatever it is, but we're gonna tell them what we need. And if not, that's when you go back in 4 years and you like the fucking Republicans' ass up. Say, listen, we voted for you, President Trump, because we ain't like Dementia Joe and Crooked Harris. Now you lied to us. Why should we trust your party again? Whoever's going to run next. Why should we trust your fucking party again? Now we start over and we date both parties. We talk to you. Look, you already lied to us. We got a bad taste in your mouth, so you better say something good. That's why we didn't vote for Kamala. One, because she just got in and there was no process. Two, because we said, listen, Joe Biden ain't do nothing. He made these wars, Israel war, Ukrainian war. He just made these shits worse and let these people do what they want to do. The terrorists and the governments. Telling us who good and who evil, like we stupid. We can't look. We don't see, oh, okay, there's terrorists in Gaza. Cool. They could bomb them a little bit, teach them a lesson. Now stop. Oh, yeah, but there's still terrorists in Gaza and Israel got to do it. And well, okay, now you calling us stupid. This war been going on for a year. Ukraine want to fight. Russia want to fight Ukraine. And, oh, Putin's bad and he's a dictator. He's in Russia. Okay, cool. But didn't we damn near have the Cuban Missile Crisis when Russia wanted to put a military base next to us? So that if Ukraine become part of NATO, then NATO could go do a bunch of trainings, and you can have U.S. troops there, and like we do in South Korea and Japan. You think Russia want that? No. Okay. So you mean to tell me that Putin asked Ukraine and said, "Hey, can you not join NATO?" And they said, "Yeah, we'll give you an answer later." And he said, "Listen, we can't wait that long. You supposed to join NATO Friday." So it's Thursday night. If you don't give us a response, we're gonna have to turn up because if they're at war, then they can't. They can't be at war already joining NATO. If they were part of NATO, then U.S. would be sending troops there probably under Joe Biden. But they wasn't part of NATO, so they could just send them weapons. They could just send them missiles and things like that. They can't join the war. Like that's why we voted for Trump because we're like, okay, he's gonna stop the Ukraine-Russia war. He said he'll stop that. And it's pausing as much as we've seen in the last 2 years. It's pausing a little bit. It's getting better. And then you have Israel and Gaza and all of them, and it's getting crazy. And we're hoping that Trump come to a sense on that. I don't really like him on that. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this. But we hoping that, like, Netanyahu going to say something crazy to Trump, and Trump going to be like, listen, we can't have this no more. It needs to stop. Like, once all the terrorists is back and he going to see that Netanyahu is really working with the Hamas leadership probably, and they getting money and they paying them so he could, it's a whole nasty thing. But this man is playing on our emotions nevertheless. This is what we do in the cave. We dissect things like this so we can see the middle ground. Okay, you're stupid. You're saying that it hasn't even happened yet, but you upset that you won't know. How will you not know? How can he be an educator and be in his state or city and not know whether it's going to work or not, and be able to come back here and say, listen, I was wrong. Trump did do it. Or he could say, yo, I was right. We don't have it. And then we'll figure out something else and move forward. But to just already say, nah, I don't like it, that's crazy. It's like they mad at Elon for doing the whole check and making sure we're not overpaying and on stuff and doing a financial audit on the government, and the Democrats whooping them is like, no, what? He's gonna steal money. He's the richest man in the world. He ain't stealing no money. We ain't supposed to have nothing.
So again, this is like willy-nilly. This is going in with no plan whatsoever, and it's working people, and it's poor people, and it's workers who dedicate their lives to students, and it's the students themselves and their families who are going to get caught holding the bag. We've already seen 2,400 layoff notices go out across the state. California, we already are on, and that's just with the threat of some of this federal funding going away. We're on survival mode in California for decades around disinvestment in public education.
And why are you on? That's the point. Hey, we have the Department of Education, and they just been on survival mode. That's a problem for decades. Way before Trump was even a thing, they've been on survival mode. California got so many celebrities and businesses. Why are their school systems on survival mode? Maybe if you give it back to the state, and the people could go yell at the people instead of them being in Congress somewhere and far away, and they could just say, "Oh, they did it." Now they can look at their local government, their governors, and ask Newsom, "Why are we on survival mode, Governor Newsom?" They can ask their mayors, "Why are we on survival mode? You still want to be here?" They can ask their board of education, the city council, "Why are we on survival mode for a decade?" That's the questions.
So any threat to this even makes that worse. That's happening right now. So I have absolutely no faith. This administration, the Trump-Musk administration, has made for educators.
I lose faith in him when he says that Trump-Musk thing. It's just not here. My computer acting up anyway. Let me get out of here. Let me know what y'all think, cave dwellers, on when it comes to this. I know my thing acting up. I'm just gonna go voice right now. Let me know what y'all think about this. What is happening to us? Or is this the right move? Do y'all believe that President Trump will succeed, will do what he needs to do? Let me know. And if you don't, say a reason why. Say something. Oh, he didn't do this and he said he was. Come on, say something other than emotions. I feel like, right?